Well, this is big news in the world of crypto investments of any sort. Coinbase, of course, a big market for that. It did get a restricted dealer license in Canada, in case you're worried about all the headaches you have to put up with in the United States. That is my next guest's big concern. She's all for protecting investors, making sure they're not getting gouged. But she says sometimes her fellow SECers, if I could say that, go a little too far. Hester Peirce is an SEC commissioner and kind enough to join us. Very good to have you. You had argued not too long ago, Hester, and I thought it was fascinating that you're worried about the message of scaring off investors. And with the best of intentions, your colleagues might be doing that right now, regardless of the investment. Crypto is just another example. But what's your big, anxiety?
Yeah, thanks, Neil, for having me. My anxiety is that the U.S. markets, we have the best capital markets in the world, and I really want to keep them that way. And one thing that we have to do in order to keep them that way is to have very transparent, open, public conversations with people in the market so that we can understand where the problems are, where regulation needs to adjust, and also just to keep the lines of communication open so that when people have new products they want to come in with, that we are willing to consider those and work with them so that they can get out in a compliant way, but also a way that's commercially viable.
Now, one thing I was impressed with you, Hester, you didn't want to put this in political terms. Of course, it's a Democratic majority in the SEC right now. But you talked about something bigger going on. And quoting you here, you said, countless people had told me that they used to feel comfortable coming in and speaking with the commission and its staff, but no more. When it comes to interpretive guidance, the commission is closed for business. What did you mean by that?
Well, so the SEC regulates these large markets, and our rules are extremely complicated. And so when people have unique facts and circumstances, one thing our staff has historically done is they work with them to help them understand how the rules apply. Now that's much more difficult. And it's not because the staff doesn't have the knowledge. We have a wonderful staff. It's because they're getting a message from the commission, of which I'm one. They're getting the message from the commission that we shouldn't be providing that kind of help to work through these things. I think that's been very manifest in the crypto area, but it's not only limited to that. Even in traditional finance, in the area of mutual funds and exchange-traded funds, people want to come in and do new things, and it's very hard for them to do that right now.
I find it happening, Commissioner, even in the field of AI, that we don't even know or grasp it. We do know that we want to regulate it. And I think you have to get the horse before the cart, but that's not what's happening. What's the danger of that?
I mean, you exactly put your finger on it. We have to understand the technology, and we have to understand the problems that it raises, but also the unique opportunities it presents. And then we can figure out where regulation needs to adjust or where it needs to just allow people to experiment. You can't just say, oh, AI is the topic of the day, so we have to come up with a regulatory solution for it without knowing what you're trying to solve for.
But it used to be that the SEC was an open forum for this type of aggressive, and yes, it could be sometimes nasty debate. I get that. It probably should be. But it seems closed off. You had said that it's stilted communication and half-hearted engagement and a quick draw of enforcement guns. That's only gotten worse, Commissioner.
It has, and I think we can turn that around, right? Because we can open the doors back up. We can start talking to people. We can have public roundtables.
You're trying to open it up, but that's not happening, right? Yeah.
Exactly, because we're so busy with a very aggressive rulemaking agenda, and frankly, trying to use enforcement as the end-run way to write regulations too, which is also not a productive thing to do.
You're the expert, not I, on these matters, Commissioner, but I do read a prompter, so I think I qualify. And one of the things I've noticed about this is we're afraid of new technology to the point that we've got to lock it down or lock participants up or at least send out warnings. Even when we got, this okay to have, crypto ETFs and the like, it was done with a stern warning. Kids, be careful. Not exactly that, but that was the message, like investors are stupid.
And people should be careful, obviously, but I think we don't need to tell them. I mean, we remind people all the time, be skeptical, ask questions, and that's fine. That's part of our job, too. But the point about locking down technology and saying no to things when they're just in their nascent stages, instead of saying, hey, we want people to come to the U.S. and experiment with these things. We want to be the place where all the innovators want to come together and where people can invest in these things and can try them out. We're losing that part of what's so important about America.
Now, when you say these things, and you're very, professional, you show great discretion when you criticize, but do you still get ostracized? Do they still, I don't know if the SEC is the equivalent of a kid's table, but do they let you freely express, because you are freely expressing your anxieties here? How are you treated?
Well, I think people know that I speak my mind, and we get along well. I mean, this is not a personal thing, but this is a real policy disagreement. It's a disagreement about what we're spending our resources on, and it's a disagreement about the process that we're using. And I think these are really important issues, and we need to have that discussion. And so people don't shut me down. They tolerate my speaking out.
Well, you speak out very kindly and just step back and not judgmentally, and I think that matters. So, Commissioner, keep doing what you're doing. We should have a feisty debate on all these issues. Hester Peirce is the SEC.
Thanks, Neil.
Commissioner, at a very important time in an open and aggressive debate that sometimes doesn't happen.